Hey y'all, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Thanks for joining me on This Calls for Confetti's YouTube channel. I have a last minute project for the month of November, and I'm thankful that you're joining me here today. I am using the Christmas on the Homestead stamp sets, as well as the Country Christmas Windowscapes Ephemera and the Windowscapes 1 stencil and die bundle. I will be using the die itself. I'm also using the Happy Layering die set and the beautiful Snowfall 6x6 stencil. And stay tuned, I do have a surprise, unexpected um, visitor, if you will, from the Autumn Accents die set as well. So I am just using a little bit of crackle paste to stencil through the beautiful snowflake stencil. I love this stencil, y'all. It is so, so pretty. I have taped my card panel to the stencil itself and then taped the stencil down to my work surface just so things wouldn't shift. And I did not allow that to dry before I'm coming in with a little bit of rock candy glitter. So while that glitter dries, or while the paste dries, the glitter adheres. Now it's not a perfect adherence, so it does flake off a little bit, but it's beautiful nonetheless. So off screen, I die cut several layers of this beautiful window die. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And again, this is called the Windowscapes 1 die, and it is a die and stencil bundle. I'm only using the die. So I cut it out of that red, beautiful foil cardstock, and then I used a couple pieces of, it's just some chipboard from a mailer that I received in the mail. So kind of repurposing and recycling some of my products here. And this would be a beautiful and super simple way to make a shaker card. Just add a layer of acetate in between these layers, and then you've got yourself a shaker card. And you don't have to use double-sided foam tape. I know a lot of people are averse to that, but if you just stack up your layers, you get the same impact. Absolutely. Super easy, super simple. This whole card is super easy and simple. The most difficult thing, I think, is the stencil and then this layering. And they're not difficult. So you tell me what your thoughts are. You don't have to stack your layers or your die cuts either. To me, it just adds a little more impact. I love some dimension, so you can see I'm auditioning my pieces, trying to figure out exactly what I want to use and how it's going to look as we go. So trying to decide which of these four beautiful scenes I want to use, and I land on a favorite for the moment. But what I started to say was that because this card is so simple yet stunning, it would be really easy to kind of mass produce, especially if you decided not to layer your die cuts. And you could do a quick ink blend of the stencil versus the paste so that you don't have to, let it dry. And if you wanted the paste, if you want that dimension with the paste and the glitter, use a glitter paste. So there are lots and lots of options. So after finding the right red for my card base, I knew that I had to have a white panel on the inside so that whoever receives this card can actually see what's written inside and what's stamped inside. So I die cut a panel from the Happy Layering die set, and then I come in with my the ink blending tools that I have, the brushes, and I just used the ink that was already on them. So I cut that panel down for the inside, did a little bit of red ink blending, and then I brought the black for the back of the card, just add a little interest back there. So auditioning that panel to see if it's what I like, and it is, but yeah, I'm a grungy girl, right? So I wanted to bring in a little bit of that black, just to bring in a little bit of grunge, just doing some very simple ink blending with the black and the red. And again, guys, I did not add any ink to these brushes. That's just what was already in them. So used a little double-sided tape for the back, adhered that down, and then this is where the stamp set comes in. And I I don't show you all the times in the ways that I try to line this up, but I have a crooked eye. I just have a crooked eye. So even when it looks straight to my eye, it is not. So here we go. It is what it is. We always hear it's handmade, not Hallmark. Well, here's the perfect example of that. So it is off to the left and it's tweaked. It's tipped. So it is what it is. And now here I'm just going to adhere this panel straight to my card base using a little bit of liquid glue. And then I come in with my trimmer and I trim off any excess and make sure that my sides are even. And you got a little glimpse of my special guest there. Set him off to the side, but we'll see. I couldn't not use him. So if you didn't already see him, if you're confused about what I'm saying, just hang on because he'll be back. Or you can pause and rewind and you'll see him sitting there before I move him off the screen. So I have adhered that beautiful snowflake panel down to the card base. And now I'm adhering this beautiful scene that we can see through that beautiful windowscape. And then I have my sentiment for the front stamped out on some more of that chipboard. And I put a little snowflake and a gem to the left of the sentiment. And there is my cute little friend. He's adorable. My little black cat sitting in the window from the Autumn Accents die set. He's looking outside at those beautiful Clydesdales next to that wagon, basically. I started to say sleigh, wagon full of gifts. And I always have to buff up my foil paper. So the sleeve of my jammies does the job for me. So I think it's absolutely adorable. Such a sweet card, stunning and simple. So easy with these amazing products from This Calls for Confetti. Hop over there now, see what they still have in stock for Christmas, and there's going to be fun new releases coming up soon, so stay tuned. And until next time, guys, this is Nancy, the Handy's Candy, for This Calls for Confetti. Mwah. Until the next one, I'm out.